Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital to the future of you all. It's got that weird fade out at the end of my intro now. I don't know whether that happens. And I've got a bit of crowd on me. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I hope you're all doing well. I am doing kind of spiffy. I just started having the idea for an awesome master story, right? Because I was just sitting here and going, all right, it's what day is it? It's Tuesday. That means we get the Ainley opening. Ainley opening's on a Tuesday. I like the Ainley opening. I like myself a bit of Ainley. What can I tell you? I just do. I like myself a bit of Ainley, but I get the Ainley opening. So I'm like, so I was gonna go, yeah, it wasn't. So like, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I hope you're all putting on your. It's time. That's what it is. It's Tuesday. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to. Well, you would normally say it's Crackerjack because that was the intro in back in. It was actually Friday, Crackerjack. But I was going to say it's Tuesday. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to put on your black velvet clothes and pretend you're the master. And I thought that'd be really weird. You sit here in your black velvet and you're pretending you're Then I thought, wouldn't it be funny if there's a group of people who does that, right? Master groupies who like to dress as the Amy master, right? With the black velvet, it's all very ornate, very meticulous, very S&M-y, in my opinion, very S&M-y. So then I thought, well, wait a minute. What happens if the Ainley master had himself, like, for shits and giggles, like a dungeon of sex slaves that all look like him, that all dressed like him, right? Or had a little cult, right? Again, maybe you wouldn't have to say it gets sex cult. You wouldn't have to say explicitly a sex cult, but that's what it was. I mean, yeah, again, we all know. Both Anthony Ainley and the Master did shag Adric, right? We like that. We all know that happened, right? I always like the Family Guy when they did Return the Jedi, and it's been in that, like, Lois, who's Leia, has left, meets Peter, or it says he didn't rape me. I'm like, yes, he did. Yes, he did. That is every young lad's sweaty S&M masturbatory fantasy. I'm sorry. It just comes, it's inbuilt, mate. I mean, what do you want out of me? It's good. You've got a chain around your neck. It's just like, I know. That mixed with a bit of Servalan action, you're going to come out a weird kid. Especially if you like David Lynch and you want to see Blue Velvet. And that is the Tzvi Lebetkin story. I did like Blue Velvet. But anyway, so I thought, wouldn't it be funny, okay, for a John Sim master story? John Sim happens. See, I wanted to give you the whole, like, background of the idea. John Sim's master happens upon a weird cult of people who all dress as the Amy master in some kind of weird group sexual fetish, right? I just think he would be like, oh, I remember this. Oh, this is what happened, you guys, right? I just think he would do that, use that for nefarious purposes, right? I think that would be, I don't know what you would use it in, but man, that's an awesome idea, right? That is an absolutely awesome idea. I do like that. You know what I want to really do, and I have 2 days running, I haven't had the chance to do it, right? The trouble is, when I'm not run off my feet, I'm less productive, and I get more done. But but like when I'm not like when I'm not in, like, high go mode, right? So I haven't been able to get to it. But I really want to use the that new AI chat thing, the AI voice generator, and feed it in a Capaldi sample and see what it does. Right? I got a Capaldi fan fiction, right? I would so have Capaldi read, right? Totally. Oh man. And then, like, every line in there, I write there, imagining Capaldi, like, delivering the lines. Like, at the beginning, he's commandeered a derelict force of quarks to attack and a siren pyramid to get this thing inside it, right? But there's the bit in it, so he's holding like this half of a quark head, right? And he's like, gives the command, destruct absolute, and I can really just hear him saying that, remembering from the Dominators, right? Destruct absolute. I'd love that, but if I can get that AI to do that, fuck me. No, it's over. Big finish, you're fucked, mate. At that point, you really are. If technology's got to that, how far is it away from video, right? Is it at video? I mean, I know you can map somebody's face on for porn, right? I mean, why is everything for porn? That being said, again, it's I don't know. It doesn't turn me on, right? It doesn't, because I guess the thing about porn is it's got to be real. Otherwise, it's not, it doesn't really work, does it? I don't know. Right? Yeah, I don't know. But it's not really real, though, is it? But I don't know. Facsimile of real. He didn't rape me. I love that line. Fine. Speaking of which, hopefully my wife said that. How many years ago now? 96, I think it would have been. Yeah, 96. Well, so it's 2006, 2016, 2012. We're not in 2020. So it's 27 years, right? 27 years ago. Hopefully my wife didn't say that, because it's the anniversary of our first date, right? Right tonight on was it February 7th, right? Now the way we dated, right? That's the first time we met. We did the I was super religious. I still am super religious, right? But I was like Haredi, which is, how do I describe it? Black hat, right? I would wear like this, gangster hat sort of thing. Like you go and fight. There's Jews somewhere near where you live who dress like that. White shirt. Black suit, black suit, basically like John Constantine. So I quite liked it, and a black hat, coat, whatever. That's that's what the sect of Judaism is. So the way you did that is you had a matchmaker. It was really cool, right? We had a matchmaker, and she told me to lose a bunch of weight, and I listened. I did it, right? And she's like, okay, I'm going to give you my good girl. My good girl's from Atlanta, right? She's from Atlanta. Was where her family was in. I was like her nephew or something was the big rabbi there. So Atlanta was good. So she get as a prize, right. And like when you do this religious dating, what you normally do, you go to like a hotel lobby, right? And you sit, you meet, and said, "Hi, my name's Tzvi. Hi, Rivka. How you doing?" You sit, and there's all these like formalities, but you just basically talk. And normally it's awful, right? Normally it's just boring, right? But normally it's not very good. Normally it's like, yeah, no. When there's a spark, you know it straight away, right? And I decided to marry my wife that night, right? Night of the first date. You know why? Okay, the thing that I remember this. Blew my mind. This blew my mind. By the way, here's the thing. Here's a trick I learned. I'm not sure how to replicate it, or if I would recommend replicating it in real life, right? When I got to a date, first thing I would do, I would take my watch off and put it down on the table. I just let it leave it there. But it makes me seem like a real dick, like I'm timing the date, right? It makes you seem like a total twat. So then, through force of personality, which I know, I got a bit of chat, right? I can have fun, I can have a giggle, I get somebody laughing. It's the way, because you don't touch each other, all right? You don't touch each other until you're married. Literally, don't touch each other, right? And you order drinks or whatever, and you talk. But then, if you schmooze away, if you're able to break over the initial dickness, it's like, oh, look at that, I was wrong about him, right? That's a weird trick, but it works. If I may say so. So anyway, my wife though threw me off balance because when we sat down, I said, shall we get a drink? We're in the hotel lobby, the King David, the swankiest hotel in town, right? The British built the King David, right? And then the Israeli underground blew it up in the when they were a terrorist group trying to get the British out. Weirdly enough, when the British left, they left all the good armaments to the Arabs. That's weird. So anyway, we're in the King David, and my wife said tea. Oh, great! When the waiter came on, I said coffee. She said tea. Earl Grey, hot. I was like, really? Motherfucker. I didn't say that. That was actually, I don't even think I even thought that in my head because I was much more innocent than I probably did. I don't know. I probably said, blimey, golly, oi, gewalt. I said, does this chick dig Star Trek the Next Generation, Jason? Is this what's going down? Is this what the good Lord has sent me? Oh, Nagila. She'd never seen Star Trek. I mean, she had, but like, she had no idea of the reference. No, like, innocent. But, the good Lord put words in her mouth. Obviously. I was like, what? Who did you think it was? It turns out she wanted tea because it was cold out. And they said, I'll have Earl Grey, please. Is what she had in mind, thinking that's the type of tea that she... but she wanted to be sure because she's from the South. Hot. Obviously, I'm cold, right? That was good. And then we had a really fun time. We had a nice day. We... went for a walk. You start the King David, right? So here's the thing, and then you basically depends how it goes. If the date's not going great, you walk them to a bus stop. Okay, that is the cunt move. Yes, like goodbye, we're done. If you're interested, you get a taxi and you take them back to their probably seminary, right? Wherever we got a taxi, obviously. But you go for a walk first. And then if you enjoy yourself, you go for a longer walk. We sort of chat. We went through the botanical gardens. It was very nice. It was cold though. February 7th, right? Now, this was, I thought, it was about 4 days after my best friend, my now departed best friend, got married, who I essentially got married. I was like Cyrano de Bergerac for this guy. Seemed to be a bit of an own goal as it didn't work out well, and it really ended quite terribly, I would say. I mean, not in any of his death. I mean, he did ultimately die, but that was more from the second wife. That one I was less responsible for. I felt somewhat responsible for the first, because I got him through the whole like rabbinical ceremony protocols of how to be able to date and get married. Right, I taught him how to do it. Right, and then it was like, whoa. I thought it would work out, but boy, did that not. Anyway, what can I tell you? Now he's departed. What can you do? Anyway, so we have that. So it was to that. That is a good day of remembrance. It's also coming up to the end of the world. So yeah, I just want to tell you quickly my journey. Well, I kept saying the end is coming. The end is coming. Right? Or I like to say the beginning's coming, right? So I was at the beginning of this, I was like 95% sure. Like, oh my God, it's happening. And then it happened in slow motion, right? So I stayed reasonably sure. I mean, but then it got kind of very, not dented. Yeah. It went down to about 60%, right? And in the Jewish New Year. I'm like, well, listen. Yeah, things are bad, right? And things look awful. I don't see us getting out of this easily, but I can see this being the beginning of like a possibility of it being like a much longer state, like 70-year state. The Israelites were in bondage. Who were lucky Israelites for whatever it was, 240 years, right? Yeah, I can see it being the beginning of a much long. I can see that. I saw it as a lesser possibility. That's why I put it as 60% rather than less than that. But now over the last 4 or 5 weeks since Christmas, essentially Hanukkah, It's gone up to about 80% again. Man, things are getting cray-cray. Like that balloon shit is that doesn't happen. Man, oh, that was weird. Okay, this was weird. You'll agree with me, this is weird, right? They said, oh, it's no big deal. It happened under Trump 3 times. We're like, what? Really? Because we all said, listen, if that had happened under Trump, Trump would have shot that mother out the sky in a second. Yeah, we all said. But then, no, man, it's no big deal. And then Trump and said, no, what are you talking about? Never heard of it. And it was like, oh, man, it's just Trump. Yeah, okay. But then, like, real people said it too. No, don't get me wrong, I like Trump. But, like, you know, the director of NORAD was, like, scary. Like, what? No, that never, ever, ever happened on my watch. Like, 3 or 4, like, high-ranking. And they said, oh, yeah, we just found out about it now. What? Yeah, we didn't think we'd report up line. So what's going on? Someone's being paid off by the Chinese to look the other way. That's what it looks like, isn't it? They just found out about it. And the only reason they talked about this one, because civilians saw it, said, there's a huge motherfucking spy balloon. Like, it's right there. Yeah. It says it's a Haro People's Republic of China. From People's Republic. And it actually says Haro, Harro. I thought that was very, very, you know, racist. They shouldn't write that, but I guess they can, right? But really, I don't know. That doesn't look good. So anyway. What the fuck's going on? I mean, the ideas are like limitless. What if it seems like it was a test balloon, right? It was testing what America's reaction is going to be. Going to be when they float 50 of them over, right? I don't know. I mean, that they would have to shoot down in the sea, like 50. If you see like a group of 50 come over, you're like, yeah. At that point, one, you're like, oh, it's a balloon. It's friendly. No. Oh, look, no. I mean, it could have had could have had any payload. Right, it could have had a biological weapon. It could have had an EMP. EMPs are normally, as they were saying, like from the 50s, EMP, which should be the first strike weapon of choice. Like, okay, let's say you detonate an EMP over your nuclear silos. Doesn't that fuck them up? And again, I hate to get technical with you, but if you detonate an EMP over your nuclear silos, doesn't that fuck them up? I mean, don't you need electricity to work in some way so you can fire your nuclear silo, your nuclear bombs, right? Aren't they? I mean, really, it's not just a guy with a big fuse going, you know, it's not like that, is it? Because that seems like it'd be bad. Because if the China then floats a balloon, and you go, oh, it's just a motherfucking balloon. Who gives a fuck? Floats a balloon. Or someone pays to look the other way. What's that? Nothing. It's nothing. What's your name? Joe. Are you in charge, Joe? No. And I need changing. It's not there. There's no balloon there. Like, what? Like, if it has an EMP, that's bad news. If it has a biological weapon, it's bad news. If it has a nuclear weapon, it's bad news. Is this just like, I mean, is it? I think it was a test to test what America's response was. Were they worried it had a payload, right? That they didn't want to detonate over civilian, you know, over, but they saw that thing floating in, but somebody must have been paid to look the other way. Right, that must be it. I mean, it must be. It's like, it's just a fucking balloon. Just here, take $50 million. Hello, here, $50 million. Yeah, that's very racist. You shouldn't do that. I know, but it's funny. You're American funny. Look, you're so concerned. Here's $50 million. Yeah. Well, I'm not happy about laughing, Mr. Chinese Communist Party bird, but I will take the 15. Don't get me wrong, I will take the $50 million. No. That's mine now. That's my $50 million, and there's no balloon. If anybody sees it, I was at lunch. Goodbye, Harold. There you go. So that probably went down. Right again in the Oval Office. Is my guess. But listen, just I think the odds of there being a biblical apocalyptic event happening this year has got significantly stronger. That's, I mean, really? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how close you can get to nuclear war. I don't know how close you can get to shit hitting the fan. I think it's the question. I don't know how close you can get to shit hitting the fan without it actually hitting the fan. Because this game, we're like, whoa, there's a lot of shit. And the fan's pretty big. All I can say is that. But I have good news because I have mail, and I'm very, very happy about this mail, right? And that's not, I'm masculine. Somebody sent me mail. Look at this. Thank you. I am very, very appreciative. This comes from Darren Miles. Darren Miles sent me email, sent me a Christmas present, right? Well, I mean, like, how insanely nice of you. And a letter. Let me see. I will have to read it before I read it out on air because that would be bad. But here, let's make sure. Thank you very much. I mean, like, insanely thank you. I cannot express thanks quite enough. But yeah, let's get that. Looks very cool. Firstly, I really wanted this, right? I wanted it, but I didn't want to pay the shipping, right? Now we are 600. A collection of Time Lord verse by James Goss, illustrated by Ross T. Davis. I mean, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. I like James Goss. I like Ross T. Davis. Oh, look at this. Look at this. A symbol. Hey, it's easy as pie, Doctor. Oh, wonderful. Isn't it wonderful? Let me see. What other ones they got? And I love Ross Lee Davis doing this sort of stuff. There you go. A bit of David Tennant. It's amazing you can tell exactly who they are. Very good. Oh, look at that. It's a good Eccleston, right? I like that. I do like his stuff. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, but let me see the earlier ones. The earlier ones are fun. I guess they go in order of Doctor, right? Where are we up to? Let's add a pose. Wow, these are nice. Here, look at this. A man obviously likes a celestial toy maker, right? All I can say. That's very exciting. The toy maker. Ooh. Was he reading this? Reading that game? Oh, Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah. So thank you for. I mean, this is like I can't thank you enough. It's like I'm embarrassed how much I do that. Thank you. So also a t-shirt. I doubt it will fit me, my massive bulk, but I will not try it on now. This t-shirt is very cool. Look at this. Oh my God. Is that Brian Boland or that's Cliff Weston, I think. Looks like Cliff Weston. Oh, this is gorgeous. Let me just open this up. Justice is just around the corner. You know what? I believe it is, sir. I believe it is. Justice is just around the corner. Here we go. Now, I want to be clear. I'm very embarrassed by getting gifts, but I do like getting them. So thank you very much. What else? We got? Oh, here we go. Okay, fine. There's a card and a letter. I'll scan the letter, right? I'll scan the letter. To know if I can read it, right? Here we go. Okay. Oh man, this is so fun. This much I will read, right? This was for Christmas. When did you mail this? December 4th, right? So it's taken it how many months? 2 months. Bloody hell, over 2 months to get here. Wow. Okay, I hope this letter and package finds you and yours well. It does. It does. Look at us. We are well. We're well and we're jolly now. Let me tell you. Again, I like the presents. Just came across this at the local store. The local bookstores remained a bit. Oh, remembering that you said you were a bit verklempt on missing this when it came out. I was. Oh, that is so sweet of you to remember. Right? I grabbed it. Thank you so much. As you're the strongest supporter of Rusty Davis now. In RTD, I trust me. I love Nolly. I got to get to the review of Nolly. I got to get to so much shit, okay? I'm just like waffling, okay? I got to, but this is very nice. But there's so much shit I got to Oh, God, Picard. I think Picard's going to be good. I do. I think Picard's going to be good. What else we got? Picard to get to. We got Last of Us. That didn't even make it to the thumbnail. Forgot. Last of Us. So it's weird. Last of Us is just kind of like watching a video game, but I like it. I don't understand, right? A couple of good bits of performances by one good bit of performance by Bella, whatever her name is. But generally, man, she is the problem of the show, right? I thought you'd like it. So Mary, likely belated, very belated, right? Like Christmas, more like April Fool. Likely belated. I know Canada Post doesn't. I think quickly. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, it probably froze the assets of any trucker pretty reasonably quickly. But other than that, probably not, right? Yeah, that trucker process was there was, this. I feel bad at laughing at things sometimes, but like there was a bit where it was looking like it was going to get violent, and the guys were like, "Hey, hey, 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 hey," but then they took away their fuel overnight. I'm like, whoa. What scum? Okay. By the way, I again, not a part of political broadcast, absolutely. But if I was emperor of the world, one of the first things I would do, I would just to set the tone on where justice is, I would condemn Justin Trudeau to confinement in a very special prison, a truck, right? A truck, and you got to, and you're going to be there for like however long the COVID things were going on for. You're going to have all your money taken away from you. All your percent. We're going to give you from that a stipend. You have a little cottage you can live in, and you're going to work for the state the rest of your life, just like you like. Bit of socialism for you, right? But you're going to spend a few years in a jail, and that jail's going to be one of the trucks, right? A truck. And then that's where you're going to live in. And as many nights you deprive people of fuel, there's the same amount that you will be, right? It was just like I just watched that and went, whoa. that is a fascist. That's like that. And I was like, whoa. That was of all the shitty things I've seen happen over the last couple of years. That was the. I don't know. Is that worse than the child sex changes? I don't know. Oh, that was really bad. That was really bad. Okay. So Canada Post does everything quickly. Okay, that was a side note. So now one person there doesn't cut it. Yes, it does. Okay, so here's a t-shirt as well. My product on sizing likely too big. Dude, you are too kind. Okay, you are too kind. Again, if I'm emperor of reality, you tell me what you want. Yeah, do you want Fiji? You can have Fiji. Lister wanted it. Would have loved to send you some coach and mints, but there appears to be no. Oh, you can't get them, baby. Yeah, you can't get them. Ninja, I always kind of think it was Matt Murdock. Cat Murdock. That would be so much better a name. Cat Murdock. Oh, Daisy is my blind cat, right? Who is like Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible. Okay, let me just tell you. And Friday nights now, right? Because we normally like lay around for a little bit. Friday nights, Sabbath comes in at like about 5, 6 o'clock, right? Something like that. But we normally spend like an hour on the couches, basically comatose, snuggled under blankets. I've been going to shore again, synagogue on Friday nights recently, but did not last week. Too bloody cold, right? No. Came home, yeah, you get under your blanket, and then you kind of like, you sit, you have to do this, you're supposed to do these couple of songs anyway, but you kind of sit and chill, right? You sit and chill. But now, we have to put up these barriers to stop the cat getting in, because this blind cat will get to the food, and will also singe its paws going across a hot plate. I'm not joking. This cat likes the turkey. What can I tell you? So we have to keep the eyes open for the cat. Cat Murdoch. So much better a name. So much better a name. I can't argue with you there. I do enjoy the parcel. Thank you so much. Did you miss everything? No, I'll go get her. You said mention get. I'm used to get her for ages or parlor. Yeah, listen. I honestly, I'm finding using what's the name? Instagram, right? Instagram is a bit trying. So here's what I'll do. I'll keep this card, but I'll put it out next year with the decorations, right? Oh, that's so cute. That is very, very cute. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Somebody else sent me. I have all the cards together. So next year I'll put the cards out, right? I'll make a little string. Thank you. So really, honestly, thank you very much. Fine. Let me get some before we get some eye candy. Let me get some other eye candy. This is fun. I haven't seen this. Doink. Character options. This is a set we want, right? This is a set we want. This will sell like hot bloody cakes. Oh my god, this one I would get. And it's amazing. People hated this when it came out. I liked it. I thought it was bonkers. I just thought it was bonkers. It was nuts. So this, I think this is 3D printed, and this is this guy's collection. Check this out. Oh, like I mean, it's got all this. That's all the Daypulse stuff. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Then you got there's a lot of 3D print going on there, like the soldier thing with the giant head from Night Terrors. That's a 3D print. That Dalek back there looks like it's a custom. You got the anyway, and you got what's the name's TARDIS, the junkyard TARDIS. The handbot is a 3D print. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Got a bit Jodie at the bottom, but I'll forgive you. Don't worry. Nice 3D, but and also some good 3D prints. Look at that, the see-through angel. Oh no, I think they released a see-through angel, didn't they? But the other monsters, they in the what was that piece of shit story? The Demons of the Punjab. All this stuff looks like commercially available. There's Winder. Yeah, I think the Winder was commercially available. I think I have one. I can't remember. Or maybe it wasn't. I really can't. Oh yeah, no, this was a smaller way. When it went to 3.37, I think I stopped. No, I do have this stuff. Yeah, I got everything else. So the Winder, I think there was a Winder. Fine, yeah, all this is commercially available. I'm not sure. Yes, it is. All this is commercially available. You got the thing from the Father Pompeii in the back. But that's River Song. Is that River Song a custom? That might be a custom River Song. Man, this guy's stuff is nice. Okay, this guy's stuff is that. Oh, he's got the you buy this as it comes out. It's the only way of doing it. It really is the only way to do this sort of stuff. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, all this is commercially available, I believe. I think I have all of this. So fine. There we go. I got the Colin in the blue coat, but there's a few versions of it. I like if Russell Davis is going to make Jodie kosher by putting the whole thing in the toy maker's realm, I wouldn't mind getting the one of the amalgam, this one, right? Which I mean, I hope they'll re-release both at some point. But yeah, hopefully Russell make it kosher. Yeah, this was quite a good set. The it wasn't as good as the one that came before it, the 10th the 11th Doctor set. A bit of a TARDIS aficionado. Oh, look at that! He put the Trout one from Web of Fear. That is nice. So a bunch of these must be 3D prints, I think. Look at that, Emperor of the Daleks from Tomb of the Dalek back there. That's nice. Nice. Yeah, all this commercially available. You got Ian. I just can't see getting Ian without Barbara. It's just too weird. And Sensorites, bloody hell. Yeah, I'm still trying to forget it. I get it without. I do want the Troughton in the fur coat though. I love that. I think that's very cool. Yeah, I think. Oh, the what's the name? I just watched that last night. Terror of the Autons. Right, I literally just watched it last night. It's episode 2 and 3. It was good story. I really enjoyed that. But the troll doll from that, yeah, that's a 3D print. Brigadier. See, I buy like one of like, unless it's like an army build. Like I got a bunch of Sea Devils, and I got a bunch of Cybermen. Right, I got how many? I got at least Okay, I'm looking at them right now. Of the what's the name? Revenge Cybermen, I got 2 regular and 1 cyber leader. Of the invasion one, I got a few of those. I got 3. I got more of those somewhere else. I got 3 or 4 invasion ones. I got 1, 2, 3. I got about 6 or 7 10th planet ones. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got like 6 or 7 tomb ones, and the what's the name? The cyber leader, and a bunch of the Urshock ones. I didn't bother getting the Silver Nemesis ones because I like Silver Nemesis, but it's like they're too similar, right? Again, all this is commercially available, I believe. I do like that 3rd Doctor set they put out. It's really, I got that one. That's really nice. It's got the Drashig in it, and also the Sontaran Craft and Sontaran, and the maggots. I like the Planet of the Daleks one. Oh man, that's nice. Fine, let's have a look. What else we got here? Again, all this is, I believe, it's commercially available. Oh no, I love the Dalek on Fire. That character options. Look at that. That you couldn't make enough of those. Holy crap! Yeah, I got that as well. The giant robot. Giant robot's gorgeous, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Zygons. Yeah, I got 3 Zygons as well because you can't bless on that. I love that. Like, you want to invade Earth? It's a bit roomy for the 3 of you. Yeah, I got both different Sutex as well. Scarman. Yeah, all this stuff looks. Yeah, all this is commercially available. Fine. He's got the whole Blu-ray collection. What else we got going on there? Okay, even got the Jodie stuff, right? Image of Fendal set. I remember that one. He's got the modern Who TARDISes over here, right? It's like his Clara one. That's really nice. That is really nice. And I do like the 10th, the 11th Doctor one as well. Bad Wolf. These are I like the War Doctor one. These are all very, very cool. Yeah, these are 3D prints. Anyway, Image of Fendal, that came out. 10th, that was Destiny of Dalek set. Yeah, you see, I only got 1 Romana. I got 2 Paris. You know, if I go for a 3rd, I would. I didn't bother with the Silurian, right? Or the Rasta Warrior robot was okay, but it just was like, I got to get the whole thing. Richard Hundell. I didn't really see the point of getting Richard Hundell Doctor. The whole point, it was supposed to be the same character, but whatever. I know people have different ways of dealing with this stuff, right? People are weird in different ways. Is that a Lytton print, or is that looks like it could be Lytton? That's cool. That's a custom. I do quite like the Rasta Warrior robot though. Oh yes, I do like the Vengeance Perry. Very jiggly. I like the Paradise Towers robot. That's a 3D print, but I have to ask why. All this stuff is available. Time Reaper only looks good when it's set up like that, right? Otherwise, forget it. Yeah, all that's available. Slitheen. I got a bunch of Slitheen as well. Oh, see, I love this happiness roll. Yeah, that's the 3D print. That's freaking gorgeous, right? Character options that you couldn't make enough of those. Like you really, like they would go very well. Yeah. They look like 3D prints as well. Those plinths. Or maybe they're not. I can't remember. I might have those. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay, this guy's got a good set. That's it. Man, I haven't even started the chat. Fine, let's just pull up the thumbnail for today. Doink, fan service. I hope I get to that article. Picard, I love this. Hey, baby, it'll be different this time, I promise. But here's the basic point with fan service. Fan service is something you need when you don't have talent, when you don't have story, when you don't have character, right? When you have callbacks to Doctor Who in the midst of a story, a good story, that's not fan service, right? That's writer service, right? More than anything else. But if you thought, are you going to reveal that Susan was really binding as his love child? There's never any need for fan service like that when you're being authentic. Hey, babe, fine. So let's come back to it. Doink. There you go. There you go. 1 second. Doink. Fine, Lonnie is here. You're number one, baby. You're always number one to me anyway. But Lonnie is here. Thank you for joining us, sir. As is the Soda Range, is also number one to me. Darren M. Darren, man, you are number one, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's you know, I do like a bit of Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I do. You know, I have to tell you, I like the Jewish holidays. I do like the Jewish holidays. Easter, I'm like, yeah, look, I like the chocolate eggs. Okay, I do like the chocolate eggs. I think that's a cool thing. It's better than matzah, although I do like chocolate covered matzah. There's one recipe that if you you melt butter and then you put a piece of matzah in it. And if you don't know what matzah is, it's like a cracker, and then sprinkle what's it called again? Was it chocolate? Those little chocolate drops, chocolate pieces, you know, I can't remember what they're called, on it, and they melt, and then sprinkle some sea salt on it. Oh my God, that is good. I mean, let it cool, but then I do like that a lot. I like that a crazy amount. But I like the chocolate eggs, okay? Don't get me wrong. But Christmas is awesome, baby, right? I do like Christmas. It's like, yeah, no, it's really good. What's not to like? Rabbi, you got a bit rude on you. A bit of rude? I don't know. Okay. Sorry about that. I was right at the beginning. Blimey, I am behind, right? I am behind. Jonathan Cox is here saying, Cracker Jack! Exactly. Sunrise is starting to get better. Looking forward to tomorrow because I've got to move my drawer into a spare room so a repairman can look at the radiator on Friday. Well, okay, that's good. I hope you get nice and toasty. Today's like the coldest day they've had this year in Israel. It's freaking freezing, right? It is absolutely freezing. I am like although, you know, I just did the sensible thing of cleaning the filters in my air conditioning. You use air conditioning in America and Israel as well for both heat and for cold, right? I do like the English, the central heating, yeah, and the radiators. They're cool, but this, I mean, you know, use it more for being cool in the summer than you do for heat in the winter. But on days like this, yeah, it's freezing. But yeah, so I do hope your radiator gets fixed. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Burstmaster, aka Anthony Ainley, again. A Delgado man. I just like the idea of the John Sim Master being just discovering the and it was an enclave. They didn't rate me, the rabbi. A great quote. I should really make this these t-shirts, right? We've got so many things I would like to. Where are we up to? There we go, whizzing through the chat. Let's see if there's anybody. Matthew Pounder's here. We're doomed. Well, we are. But again, it went down to about 60%. I thought we really were doomed, right? It's like, what is like another analogy? I heard what it was. By the way, I have no idea why everyone's freaking out about this. Who's that? I don't know the name of this girl. Yeah, actually, this is like PD Rich is the person who I need to turn to in this, right? PD Rich will totally I could just say, can you just tell me in 2 or 3 lines what is the Temple drama with this girl on Twitter, right? I have no idea. But he had this one suggestion that like somebody in New York having a gun. They're not worried about being arrested for having a gun if they're going to use that gun to rob a liquor store. All right. Same with China. They're not worried about America getting mad about a balloon when they're about to invade Taiwan, right? And he thinks a sign they're about to go into Taiwan is when you see the next balloon. The guest star on the show is Hugh Grant. I'm 90% certain it's another. He's another Time Lord Baps. Ooh, that'd be great. That will be, yeah. He'll be great. He's great as a modern version of the one that appeared in Terror of the Autumn. So again, I literally just watched that last night. End of the world, similar forecast of weather, 80% chance of the end of the world. Well, I think again, more. I mean, again, I was down to 60 5 weeks ago. I really was. I really genuinely was. And like, it's because we hit this period called Shovavim. It started right after Christmas, right? And it's a period of rapid growth and rapid change. And boy, yes, the last 5 weeks have been insane. Okay, even for today's standard, right? It's the end of the world. More at 7. Says Mercer Rangers. Matthew Barrow says, "Can Putin and the idiots at NATO not nuke the world to at least in the 60s?" Well, here's the thing. I said this last stream, and I don't understand why, but I have a real gut instinct that we are going to see the 60th anniversary, but we're also going to see a huge biblical event as well, right? I think it's going to come close to the end of the world. I think it should. Maybe that's how it'll go down, right? It's something happened, and it should be the end of the world, and suddenly there's some kind of miracle, and we're all saved, right? And then, and you know, it's a moment of truth, right? It's like a world-changing moment. Wouldn't it? Okay, like the nukes are literally flying and suddenly everything's caught in the air, right? Or like an open miracle like that. Yeah, that would do the trick, probably. I mean, wouldn't that be incredible? But yeah, maybe that. I don't know. But I do think that we'll see the 60th. And shooting out. Really, well, we got all the location stuff to look at. I got a bunch of stuff. Man, she's hot. Millie Gibson is just so freaking hot. I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, she can't not be hot. Remember when the blue thing came around the 3 times? No, me either. And neither did none of it happen. Don't you think Trump hating media would? Yeah, they would have had a field day. Of course they would, right? But I think it did. Here's the thing. I think it did happen, and they didn't tell him, and they didn't realize they didn't tell him. Where they said, "Oh, it happens all the time," right? Because I think they're that stupid. I think that's exactly what happened. You see the face that Jodie Whittaker's making on the thumbnail there? I think that is the average intelligent level of the person running the country, right? I really do, okay? Does that make sense? If that's the person running the White House, right? Does that make sense? Oh, does everything now make sense? Yes. I mean, add criminality into it as well. But got an answer. I think I said lady got an answer. Has Jacinda Ardern got a new job servicing Klaus Schwab yet? Well, I think she was doing that while she was Prime Minister, right? I mean, like, oh, God. And then, you know, you want to say, okay, great, let what's his name get in? The Labour guy. I can't remember what his name is now. God. Although, who's you got Rishi Sunak and you got I'm gonna look up Labour leader. God, okay, you know, I don't even know your name. Is not Keir Starmer, right? I'll say, yeah, give Keir Starmer a go then. Fine. Okay? Tories have screwed everything up. Fine. Okay? And then he say, oh, yeah, I defer to Brussels way over, London. Oh, not Brussels. The World Economic Forum. I'm like, really, you cocksucking moron. And so Pfizer mess around with COVID to make more yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, and again, tying into the end of the world, we had the Emmys this weekend, right? And you had like a literally satanic display. And you know how it's literally satanic? Because it was so pathetic, right? Of like, I don't even know who Sam Smith is, a pudgy, like a doughy singer, right? And so he had him with like pathetically gyrating in a satanic flames with like satanic looking women going around. Again, it was a pathetic display. But then you had a trans woman in a cage, and then it ended up saying brought to you by Pfizer, right? Sponsored by Pfizer. And I'm like saying, oh, look, God, Are you waiting before they actually put a giant, sign on there and say, this is the bad people, get all of them, right? If you're waiting for that, packaged up, ready to go, right? There you go. I mean, do you remember that bit in The Young Ones where Rick is threatening to kill himself and he's like chugging these pills and it's like, and Mike's like, Vivian says, Mike, is it possible to kill yourself on laxatives? Says, I don't know, but I'm very eager to find out. That's what I think they're doing right now, right? They go, no one can get me. Now, again, this is not a prediction that I'm like 100% certain of, okay? I'm not 100% this one. This is what I'm reasonably, I don't know. I don't know where, I couldn't give a percentage on this one. I just think it will happen. I just don't know how likely it is. Dude, God is going to fuck you up, mate. Okay? God is going to, yeah. Let's say you're on the Titanic, right? And as it's about to leave, and the captain says, God himself cannot sink this ship. If you believe in God, you've got to get off that fucking ship right now, right? If you're in that group with all the flames and all that shit, you want to get off, right? As I'm saying, God is going to fuck you up, mate. It might be an iceberg. It might be, I don't know what it's going to be. God is going to fuck you up, okay? I'm not guaranteeing that, but I think he will. I really do. Okay, I really do. Where are we up to? Make sure to watch Black and White Minstrels on an Infinite Loop. No, he'll like that, says Colin Archer. He would like that. Oh, Kelly Lynch is here. Are those adipose? Yes, I think they were. I didn't mention that. Maybe speaks good Chinese. I don't listen. Who knows what's going on? Maybe Biden's just completely owned by China, and he said, "No, shoot down parole now." And it's like, dude, it's very racist. You shouldn't talk like that. No, we like that. It makes you American crazy, crazy. Yeah, you don't know what to do. It's like, it's true. It's wrong, but it's funny. Paul Toaston is here. Stressful day with your mum trying to get a doctor come out. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I am sorry to hear that. Ethan Burkhardt is here. Arriving late. Look, whenever you arrive is the right time. That's what I say. It's party time when Eastland's here. Maybe the 6th anniversary will be a biblical event. No, I think that's going to be more the celebration, right? I think it's going to be celebration. But yeah, listen, would it be amazing if it happened? I could just see some kind of miracle like that. Like we are on the brink of destruction and we all think we're going to die and then we're all saved by a miracle. Or maybe all the nice people are saved and the arseholes fry, right? Look, if that's the way it's going to go down, God, I'm fine with that. I am totally fine with that. Either way, right? If I'm one of the arseholes, I don't want to be around the nice people, right? Because I like me. I don't want to be one of the... And I don't want the arseholes around. So if you... Look, I'm either way, mate. Look, keep my family safe. My immediate family. I guess my brother-in-law's family too. I like him. Whatever. People I like. Other than that. But all the subscribers. Definitely 100% subscribers and anybody Darren M likes as well. I like that book. Fine. We are caught up with the chat. Let's shall we look at what's coming up? No, let's look at fine, let me close that. Doink. Let's look at the location filming, right? Because we got a lot of location filming stuff going on. It was a big location filming day, right? Now this is not the article that's in I think it's the Mail, right? And we just make that a bit smaller because it's very big. Doink. Is that working? Yeah, you go. Fine. There you go. It's much more manageable. She cried. Tell you, not the first person to say that. Doink. So yes, today, Bristol was doubling for Notting Hill, which is apparently Notting Hill must be where Rose lived as well, right? I did not know that. Bristol is doubling as Notting Hill. what's it called? Chirp. I can't remember the name of the road. Right, but it's funny. I was watching Nolly. I'll do the review of Nolly next. I was watching Nolly, and I really I recognize all the locations from all the Doctor Who stuff. Right, they gotta find new locations. They can't use the Herrick's location. They can't use that anymore. Anyway, Notting Hill. It's dressed for Christmas. It's very Christmassy. By the way, this is here. I turned it. This is actually the way the picture was, right? It was laid down. I did want it so we could read it easier. Doink. Very, very Christmassy. Obviously, the Christmas episode. This looks like I do have footage of Millie entering the TARDIS for the first time. That's exciting. Everything's very and I love this about the Russell Davies Christmas specials. That they're unashamedly Christmassy. Look how Christmassy. It's very, very Christmassy, right? And they feel fun and they feel warm, right? So everything. Minto Road. What ever happened to the new pizza place on Minto Road? I mean, they opened in 2006. If it's still open, it must be epic. It must be epic. I mean, if it survived pandemic, it must be epic. I would like. Who knows? Who knows? Although it looks very residential, Minto Road. Maybe it's a long road, right? I don't know. There you go. Bit of Minto Road. They had drones out. So we were going to get lots of nice swooping shots. And definitely get swooping shots because they got all these like swooping camera boom thingies, right? They're like, whoa, lots of swoop. Whoa, it's going to look good, right? This thing is going to look really good. This is the director. Oh, I can't remember what his name is. Second block director. Oh, what is his bloody name? Here, do you want me to look it up? I'll look it up. I'll go to the DWSR tag. Also, make sure there's nothing new. No, there's nothing new. Good. Yeah, I've got all this stuff. We're going to look in a second. Is Anita Dobson's what's name's mum? I wonder. Right? I don't know. There's a picture of the director here somewhere. And it says his name, right? And I would like to credit him because he's working hard. I feel like I should credit him. That's nice, right? I mean, that's just here we go. I'm close. I'm nearly there. Mark Tonderai. Okay, Mark Tonderai. Oh, I feel better for that. How do you feel, Mark? Do you feel satiated? So there he is. He's working away, Mark Tonderai. Well done, Mark. Get to work, mate. Get to work. The TARDIS was spotted on bricks for some reason. Okay. Must be to get the right angle. Again, all very Christmassy. You see it from down the street. And Anita Dobson was there. Anita Dobson. Now, I think she has scenes with Millie, right? We're going to look at video in a minute. Millie was walking around and just looking hot because she is very, very hot. Millie's shopping, doing a bit of Christmas shopping and acting. More Christmas. I think this might be her first encounter with the TARDIS, right? Again, I'm pretty sure we have video of her entering the TARDIS for the first time and going in. I mean, she is very, very attractive. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I mean, she is very attractive. I didn't put this picture up. Here you go. I mean, this is an important one to add. I mean, I don't know. like every time people are like, oh, why are you perving on a rabbi? I'm like, because why aren't you? What's wrong with you weirdos? I mean, like, I don't know. It's like it seems I'm doing the right thing, perving on her, and you are some kind of weird, I don't know, asexual being, scared of your own bloody shadow. There's one more picture I need to get. Where is it? Here it is, which I think is interesting. Now, keep in mind, everything you see on screen, right, is always it's a choice for it to be there, right? Nothing happens like by osmosis, by itself. So here, this is a place around the corner. Now, is this part of the normal signage? Or is this significant, right? 5 Rose Terrace. I don't know. I don't think it's Rose Terrace, right? So again, I think this is probably a plot point, right? So we have some video as well. Let's have a look. Where we go. It starts off very far away, right? Really shot. Okay, I mean, like that's I would say, doesn't really add much to my life there. We got another one. They get better in a second, I think. I mean, not that much better. More Millie shopping. Okay, she knows how to shop. What else we got? We got another video. I think is this a third one of it? I can't. A third one doing something. Oh, she walks by, and I think this is the first time she sees the TARDIS, right? I think that's what's going on. Yeah, look, she's looking back at it. Ooh. What's happening? So that, I mean, at least that had a bit more of a plot point to it. And we got a bit of Anita Dobson. And I think she's talking to Millie, right? Is she talking to Millie? I can't tell. No, I think that's supposed to be a husband or partner or somewhere. I reckon I don't know. It could be Anita Dobson is playing Rose's mother, right? Not as hot as Perry. I don't know. I think she's an equal. Bye. We got one more. I think. Doink. What's this one? Oh yeah, we think this is her going into the TARDIS for the first time. Ooh. There. Look at the camera pull out, right? That is 100% her going to the TARDIS for the first time. Yeah. If you're going to go around the whole thing, yeah. This is definitely the first time in the TARDIS. I love it. Oh, I feel like we're getting breaking news here. That looks like a nice fluid shot as well. I bet she's a great actress, right? I bet she's doing a great job, right? I really, really do. Let's look at that again. I didn't realize it was so iconic. I am excited because this is a great short for tomorrow. In she goes. All right. And I look, see the camera pull out, right? And then she's going to open it. Zoom in. Look at that. Oh, I love it. And then she's going to come with it. I love it's one shot. It's a fluid shot. Okay. Definitely hotter than Jenna Coleman. I grow 100%. 100%. I think she's going to be fantastic, right? I think, okay, why haven't we seen Shooter yet? I mean, come on, mate. Stop teasing us, right? Stop teasing us. And Ethan Dobson, another EastEnders crossover. Oh, I assume so, yeah. So it's, yeah. Did they ever put out Dimensions in Time anywhere? On any, I think they released it, didn't they? I can't remember. Let's look that up in a second. But that should certainly. I mean, if it hasn't released, it should be on the Shooter's first box set, obviously. I think that was quite exciting. Here, one second. Let's look up Dimensions in Time. Dimensions in Time. Doctor Who. I mean, it's on YouTube. I believe it's released, right? Yeah, I'm looking it up now. No, I thought it was on something or not. Oh. 1 second. Hang on. I'm going through the notes about it. I'm sure it was released somewhere. No. In time release. No, Doctor Who. Will Dimension Time of Brilliant. I thought it was released. It wasn't. I'm whizzing through this right now. Part of Children in Need. Again, it's all on YouTube. Combination. Dimension was to choose your own adventure. Again, I'm whizzing through this article. It's around like the story will ever receive a home media release. So at the time of writing, the only way to enjoy Dimension Time is through a time capsule that is YouTube. Although you might have to dispense with 3D glasses. I really thought they put it out. I know. Listen, I think having Anita Dobson in the series is enough reason to put it on Shooter's first disc. Right? That's what I think. That's definitely what I think. My spirit was it. What is wrong with you weirdos? My spirit animal is Eric Von Zipper. What isn't wrong? Be more able. I guess that's true. Says Gareth Morgan. I do agree with you, sir. Fine. Let's that's that jobbed. What should we do next? Fine, let's do the headline article, because I always feel bad when I forget to do that. Right? I think that, as a YouTuber, you should really try and deliver what you said you would deliver, right? So, window, doink, or go to what culture? What culture? And we'll look up Doctor Who. It's still opening. Doctor Who. Doctor Who, was it every series 1 episode ranked worst to best? Oh, look at that soon. Doink. Doctor Who. Doink. It's thinking about it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Fan service. So yeah, this is something I think we should talk about, because I think fan service, while it's the best we've had to have things that weren't awful, have things be enjoyable in any way. Fan service, I think, is a bad thing, right? I think it's generally speaking a bad thing. I was thinking about it, and I don't think we're going to be seeing it in Doctor Who. I think we're going to be seeing it a bit in Picard, right? But I think fan service is what you do when you don't have talent and you realize you can't fill that in with identity politics, right? Because that's really where we saw fan service, right? Like when you're like you're the people who do Lord of the Rings, right? Who clearly don't have talent. That's what it is. They clearly don't have talent, right? But so that's why they filled it with identity politics. But they had no idea what they're doing, right? Obviously, they had no idea what was going on. And that's why you fill it with that. It's the same way that season 22 in 1985 had so much violence. It's because Eric Saywood didn't know what to do, so you just fill it. That's what happens when you don't have a vision and you've got to put something out. That vacuum sucks in the how do I describe it? That vacuum sucks in the dregs of the day. Right, and that dregs of the day is identity politics in 2023, right? So yeah. So when they do that and it didn't work out, so they said, "Oh no, we got to give the fans what they want." So you get something like what was it? Star Trek Picard, which was really the first series. None of it was very good. The first series was clearly a mishmash of shitty ideas, apologizing for Brexit and for Trump, with like fan service crammed in there to shut people up. Oh, you got a bird of prey, it's 7 of 9. But then it was like 7 times gay now, and it's like, oh, fuck off, right? Fan service is not a good thing, right? Again, it's a sign of lack of imagination. I think we're going to have lots and lots of connection to Doctor Who in Rusty Evans Doctor Who. I don't know what we're going to get with Picard. It looks like we're going to get something good, right? We might be, right? We might be getting something good. It might just be fan service. I don't know, but I don't think it'll be a real shame if it is fan service with like excruciating messaging wedged in between it, right? It'll be really, really, really disappointing, and I really hope that's not the case, right? I really genuinely hope that's not the case. But I don't think we're going to be getting fan service, right? I think we're going to be getting actual good Doctor Who, which I'm very excited about. If Picard's coming out a week from today, if Picard comes out and it's good, not just the first episode, it's going to be the same as The Mandalorian. The first season of Mandalorian, you're like, oh god, it's going to be shit. It's going to go woke. It's going to be, oh god, it's going to lecture me. Oh, and it was fine, right? But the whole first season, I was like, oh, so much tension. It's you have to wait to see. So hopefully Picard, if that comes out good, I think we're in good shape, baby. I think we're in good shape. I think if that comes out good, then I think the culture war is over. Fine. So let's look at 10 times Doctor Who fans. 10 times Doctor Who gave fans exactly what they wanted, and they hated it. Yeah, this is almost exclusively around the Jodie era. Be careful what you wish for. Ancient Gallifreyan proverb. Okay. Meh. Yeah, look. Fans of Captain Jack, pure fan service there in the Chibnall era. Doctor Who fans are an incredibly vocal bunch, especially when it comes to things they want to see in their favorite show. But as this list will show, sometimes when Doctor Who fans want in theory isn't always backed up in practice. Well, I don't think they ever. It's got to be delivered with competence, right? Without that, forget it. For example, the answer to why the Doctor left Gallifrey was so poorly received when Moffat introduced the idea of the hybrid that he recalibrated in Twice Upon a Time. I've totally forgot about the hybrid, right? Suggesting that the first Doctor left Gallifrey to prove a scientific theory about good and evil instead. I don't recall, but okay, I believe it. The history of the Doctor is littered with similar stories. Doctor Who fans wanting answers to age-old mysteries, but recoiling in horror when they're presented with an answer. It's likely the reason that the Moffat created River Song's famous ethos of Doctor Lies. I like it how you keep trying to like anchor it into good Doctor Who, but when you're going to be mainly about bad Doctor Who, right? Allowing the convenient reset where mood requires it. The big reset's coming, baby. I think a big reset is coming. So here are the times that fans got what they wanted, and the guest appearance they long desired, and the perfect casting suggestions that they asked for, only to be spectacularly disappointed. Okay. Number 10, a proper long story. Well, we didn't get that. We had Chibnall writing a proper long story, and you can't write, right? One of the recurring complaints about the 21st century Doctor Who from fans that grew up with the classic series is they don't have enough time to tell a good story. No, the two-parters were normally equal, like Satan Pit, Impossible Planet, Satan Pit. That was like an average, four-parter, right? It really was. Like most of the two-parters were like that. The three-part season finale, or we could call it four-part, were with the Master. That was like, again, I disagree with this. They don't have time to tell a good story. With most episodes only around 45 minutes, it felt like character development and intricate plotting had been lost. I mean, Silence and Light, every two-parter, I'm thinking every freaking two-parter proves you wrong, right? In reality, all that happened was the repeating scenes of the Doctor and their companions being imprisoned, escaping, then being imprisoned again, have been trimmed out. Not really, no. Oh, don't connect Jodie Whittaker's failure and Christian Jodie Whittaker's failure to like good what Doctor Who? What the hell? While the Doctor had experimented with a long-form storytelling since 2005, from hints to Bad Wolf in season 1 to Amy's hallucination in series 6. Yeah, no, there was always long-form storytelling, right? They were bolted onto a Monster of the Week format, right? Fine. No, it wasn't. That's completely not true. Monster of the Week format. Shut up. These additional elements for the loyal viewers were bolted onto the Monster of the Week format. It wasn't Monster of the Week. Shut up. That's absolute nonsense. All right. What you want to call the Doctor and Vincent Monster of the Week? So when COVID pandemic necessitated a significant change to the Christian plan season 13, and also perhaps is the as we found out, the BBC absolutely hating it, right? With Christian was planned season 13. Classic fans got their wish with the series long story about the destruction of the universe. That made no fucking sense, and the universe didn't destroy, but it was destroyed. It was so badly written. However, Flux received many of the same complaints that New Who episodes tend to suffer from. It was too confusing. The resolution didn't make sense. It was rough. Yeah, I understand that. That's because Chris Chibnall wrote it. You'll find the two-parters written by competent writers were actually quite good and developed character. Oh, Family of Blood and what's it called again? Some of that sort. Human Nature, Family of Blood. I mean, like all the two-parters. It seems the longest, most consistent Doctor Who story is fans being disappointed with what they give it. No, they're only okay. Anything Chris Chibnall gives you is disappointing, right? Sylvester McCoy regenerating Paul McGann. What's wrong with that? People like that. Shut up. Doctor Who fans are a funny old bunch. When Russ T. Davies bought the show back in 2005, there was a portion of fans that wanted Paul McGann to either lead the show or film regeneration and Chris Eccleston. I hear that, right? I mean, it's good that they didn't, right? Back in 96, this obsession with seeing the handover from one Doctor to another led to one of the biggest issues of the Paul McGann's TV movie. Producer Philip Siegel, like many of the Doctor Who fans at the time, would sometimes see Sylvester McCoy be given a proper send-off. Well, you know, I understand his point of view, right? He wanted to introduce to an American audience the idea that the Doctor can regenerate, right? And it's shape-changing. And I think, frankly, it did that quite well, right? He really wasn't in much, right? And it was a newly regenerated Doctor. I think all that was quite accessible. It's just they're busy watching Roseanne because Dan was having a heart attack, right? That was the issue. Fine, but the decision it was hampered the show's chances with prospective American audience. I think he wanted the legacy of Doctor Who to be part of it, right? That was his vision of it, right? That it had this big legacy, right? It turned out, yeah, that might have been an own goal. I hear that, but I think it worked because what they did get was because what they get when they tuned in. 20 minutes without the lead actor who features in all the promotion with the strange man who fought this. He did it 5 minutes, you dumb cunt. What? What? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to investigate this right now, right? I'm not going to play it here. I'll play it on my computer. But I'm not going to play it here because I just want to make sure the sound doesn't play. Fine. I want to find out at what point he regenerates. I mean, you're all about introducing. It is a long way in. Okay. It's 20 minutes. Okay, it is 20 minutes. No. 1 second. When does he regenerate? Hang on. Oh, yeah, it's 20 minutes in before McGann appears. It's a fair criticism. It's a fair criticism. Yeah. For those American viewers unfamiliar with Doctor Who, must have assumed this was a new hospital drama left by Daphne Ashbrook Grace Holloway. Not really. You started with a guy in a time machine. But when another hospital drama you got when George Clooney is in the who needs another hospital drama when you got George Clooney in ER rather than enticing the audience? The confusion of McCoy put. I don't know. I think you're wrong. I don't think it was going to get picked up anyway. Captain Jack. Yes, this was fan service, right? I have to say, Sylvester McCoy in the McGann movie was fan service. I agree with you. That actually was fan service. I lost focus on what the point of this exercise was. That was fan service. The response to John Barrowman's eventual return was rocky. After being unavailable for Good Man Went to War, he was supposed to be in a Good Man Goes to War. Oh, I'm heartbroken. I never heard that before. He would have been awesome in that. I mean, I like that we got the Paternoster Gang, although I never really liked the Paternoster Gang. But it's like, oh man, I'm heartbroken. Oh, that would have been perfect for him. That really is very sad. That really is very, very, very sad. The beloved Captain Jack Hartness whipping up fan further, calling out Moffat conventions on a couple of occasions. Ooh. In 2020, Barrowman finally got his wish. After being unavailable, Good Man Went to War, Barrowman seemed to go off the deep end in his attempts to bring back the character Captain Jack Hartness, whipping up a further and calling out Moffat. Fine, whatever. 2020, he's got his wish. He was in Fugitive of the Jadoon. He returned in Revolution of the Daleks. He got some decent material to work with, breaking the Doctor out of jail. That was such an embarrassment for the character of the Doctor, after being broken out of jail. Really unbelievable. Jodie Whittaker, by the way, just got her first job after Doctor Who. What's a prestigious project she got? I put out a short about this day. That she's working. She's in a 15-minute public information film about the dangers of for parents to be aware of for children via social media, right? Produced by the Financial Times. It was like what's more embarrassing, that or Chris Chibnall teaching how to be a showrunner? I don't know. Both could be pretty bad. Yet many fans felt underwhelmed by Captain Jack's return in a satirical story about the Dalek law enforcement. It was there to pick up ratings, which also picked up the threads of the timeless child twist. There was one element too many and wasn't used as effectively as the character deserves. Worse still, the hasty recorded phone call about staying in Cardiff with Gwen Cooper suggests that Barrowman had been quietly written out. Yes, he had been written out. Absolutely. The BBC hated him at that point, right? If he was, it wasn't for the reasons that certain was the independent believe. Most likely Barrowman's censorship and international COVID restriction made him future appearance difficult to schedule. Oh, will you piss off? Yeah, right. Are you telling me Big Finish went to the expense of recording an audio with David Tennant, right? Recorded with David Tennant to shelve it and not put it out. No, I think they're not in the business of burning money away, and that was that. And they rely on their David Tennant releases to the money they make from those to cover the shortfall of the less popular ranges, right? Obviously. So that was a big hit for them. It's because I'm sure the BBC put the bullet in, right? Still unwinning the possible final appearance for fan favorite character. Yeah, I don't really consider it. Morbius Doctors explained. They weren't explained, you dumb morons. Oh, an explanation that doesn't make sense by a moron isn't an explanation. I mean, have you noticed this is entirely the Jodie era, mate? Right? For years, Doctor had tried to rationalize the weird moments in the TV show past. Why does won't say Doctor Who is required? Because he doesn't know the last name of Doctor, and that's because he's a robot. He's like android intelligent. He inserts Who because he doesn't have Doctor Who is required in War Machines. And it's just fun, and it's Doctor Who, you idiots. Does he actually say Doctor Who is required, but the weird computer voice doesn't emphasize the comma? No, I think it was Who is a generic when it's and I'm like John Doe. Yeah. Another contentious moment is the Morbius Doctor. Some pointed out that the Doctor just invented them to defeat Doctor in Battle Wills. Yes! I point to that all the time. There's a much better explanation. Well, the production team responsible regularly affirm those faces belong to previous. No, they don't. No, he said, well, the idea was their previous Doctors. The idea was to hint they were previous Doctors without saying these were previous Doctors. It was add mystery to the character, not to suck mystery out of the bloody character, you absolute cockwomble morons. Oh! Enter Chris Chibnall, Captain Dickhead, who introduced the idea of the timeless child, and that's about a retconned away, baby. You get ready with that copium. You're going to need lots of copium, mate, to get over that. Who introduced the idea of the timeless child, an alternate origin story that allowed the Morbius Doctor to sit alongside a dozen plus versions. I hate this so much. That appeared on screen between 1963 and 2020. Fandom breathed a collector's sigh of relief. No, it didn't. We said we all hated it. And threw their hands in the air in praise of the mighty Chibnall for last converting the Morbius Doctor's mystery. No. Gotcha. Of course they didn't. Arguments over the timeless child got so heated that if a national lockdown hadn't been instituted, fans might have taken to the streets in angry protest. We came close. We came close. David Bradley is the first Doctor. Yes. I think this was good, though. Right? Why didn't you like this? Right? This was who was like? Was this David Tennant's idea? Is it like, you can always get David Bradley be the first Doctor? Like, at a convention, David Tennant said that, and Stephen Moffat went, right? Yeah. So in the Christmas special, he wrote for Chris Chibnall because he wouldn't write one. He's an idiot cunt. He put the first Doctor in it. A lot of people hated it. I liked it a lot. Screw you. Doctor Who spin-off. We're seeing a bunch of those, and Torchwood was good. I'm saying Chris Chibnall did a good job on Torchwood, for God's sake. I mean, like, Torchwood actually wasn't bad. I thought his season was good. I thought Children of Earth was excellent. I thought Miracle Day was shite, as was everything after that. Yeah, first 3 seasons. Yeah. First season was like, let's everybody be gay, Phasmin. Yes, they all wanted Phasmin. Yeah, no. It was never explicitly there in the writing until quite late in their era. Until it became that fashionable, right? Until that happened. All right. God, these are such morons. Oh, God, it hurts me how stupid they are. It was never expressed, but Jodie Whittaker, Magic Girl, definitely played the characters of the Doctors as slightly more than a friendship. Oh, they made the girly bits all tingly. Oh, they wanted the scissor in the TARDIS. Why was the bed in the console room? I don't know. Don't ask questions. And if they were lovers, why is Yaz constantly scowling? Listen, Jodie, darling, are you having trouble making Yaz come? I understand. Listen, you're such a failure at everything you do. You probably can't make Yaz come. You got to find the G-spot, darling. You got to go in underneath that little ridge. You got to find the G-spot, honey. Right. Tongue and finger. That's what you need, honey. That's why Yaz is so uptight. She hasn't had a good orgasm. Why? Because Jodie can't make her come. It's that simple. I just solved why Yaz's problem. Right? Totally. Jodie, if you only have listened to me. Fine. Going back over those first 2 years, there are hints of what became later. Many fans picked up those hints as began shipping Phasmin. When Whittaker and Gill became aware of this, they were keen for Chris Chibnall to explore it further. Oh, let us speak the language that dare not speak its name. The love that dare not speak its name. Eki thump. Oh, let's have a dildo in the TARDIS. Double-headed dildos in the TARDIS. Eki thump. Well done. That's such a great idea. Why didn't Robert Holmes think of that? I bet Robert Holmes is in his grave right now saying, fuck me. Yeah, listen, I thought of, wonderful robot mummies, and Morbius, all these kind of things. I thought of all these great things, but I never thought about having lesbian dildo doctors in the TARDIS. I feel like such a pranny. I bet you do, mate. I bet you do. Yeah. Oh, Ninja's down there. Hello, Ninja. How you doing? He might come over and just start meowing at me because he wants me to tickle him. But he wasn't going to tickle him in the guest room. No, I'm not doing that, Ninja. Ninja's the cat, by the way. Want to be clear. Ninja's not my weird gimp-like sex slave. No, Ninja's just the cat. I hope. Fine. They want and it ended up saying it's a damp squib. Well, again, Jodie couldn't make Yaz come. That was the problem. Really, Jodie. Couple of 1,000 years old. Don't know how to bring a woman to orgasm. What's wrong with you, darling? How do you keep a woman screaming after orgasm? You want your penis on her curtains. Rum pop. Thankfully, we're demonetized. Although that does actually work. I want to be very, very clear. That will keep. Yes, that does actually work. While the first three specials attempted to give a greater emotional through line to Yaz and 13's relationship, it never came to anything. It's Chris Chibnall writing it. What do you expect? There was a couple of sweet scenes, but the Doctor dropping Yaz off after ice cream so she could turn into David Tennant didn't feel like an emotional ending the pairing deserved. They deserve nothing. They deserve nothing. Given how extensively the Doctor and Rosa's romance was explored, it was disappointing to see the Doctor and Yaz's attraction brushed over without much of an impact. That wasn't disappointing for me at all. Patrick Troughton and the two Doctors, fair game. That is fan service. That is total fan service. But, he pulled it off. But the weird thing is this. We had all that 1985 violence and darkness and Patrick Troughton doing it. It just seemed weird, right? It just seemed weird. Solving the 13 Lives conundrum. Well, they did this a few times over. I forgot now. Even before Capaldi announced that he was the 12th Doctor long-term Doctor fans were wondering how they would get around the 13th conundrum, 13 Lives conundrum. Introducing Deadly Assassin by Robert Hearn, blah, blah, blah. With the Gallifrey having been destroyed in time, was unclear how the Doctor could possibly get a new regeneration cycle, but then wait until after the 12th Doctor era to explain this. Stephen Moffat decided that to end the 11th run by solving the conundrum using a slightly dubious numbering. Moffat made Matt Smith the 13th Doctor. Well, he was 11, then 12, including the War Doctor, and you had two David Tennants, right? You said that the double regeneration of David Tennant. Fine, I'm fine with that. After saving Gallifrey in the Day of the Doctor, Clara persuades the Time Lords to give the Doctor a new regeneration cycle, and 2013 ends with Peter Capaldi as the first Doctor in a brand new cycle, 13 full lives ahead of him. Here's to the future, except fans mode. How convenient and easy. No, we didn't. Saw us out on Gallifrey. They're normally good. We like them. What are you talking about? Look, they did moan about Robert Holmes's Deadly Assassin. I agree with you. But, no. In hindsight, we liked it. Unlike The Timeless Child, which is always going to be cack, right? It is always going to be cack. Fine. Let me look up Nolly, right? Because I want to look at the cast so we can, because I would like to, let's talk about it. If you haven't seen it, it's excellent. Look, there's going to be spoilers for the story that's like, how many years old now? It's from 81, 91, 2001, 2011, 2000. It's like 40-year-old. This story is 40 years old, okay? And I never watched Crossroads. I had no idea it was in it. I had no idea that Larry Grayson was such a massive Crossroads fan. Like, he loves Crossroads. He loved Nolly. I had no idea. Why they kept promoting Mark Gatiss as Larry Grayson is beyond me. Because he was in it for one scene, right? It was like one scene. He was brilliant. he embodied Larry Grayson. He was absolutely brilliant. But he was in it. It was essentially one scene, which is strange. I didn't. Apparently, right? And I know nothing about Coronation Street, but Meg Mortimer, I believe, the character, when they got married, the chauffeur was Larry Grayson. So again, was he famous then? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Helen Bonham Carter as Nolly, as Noel Gordon. The problem is she's just too classically beautiful, right? That really is the problem. She's just too classically beautiful. She's got too classically, beautiful jawline, and Nolly looked like your auntie, right? She didn't look like this, like super classic beauty, right? Right? They did, she didn't. So that's a bit confusing, right? That doesn't really work because she's just too pretty, and somebody that attractive wouldn't have been screwed over quite as much, regardless of how awful she was in episode 1. Fine. So it starts off episode 1. She is the Lord of the Manor, right? She is again. I said this when I was talking about the other day, that Rusty Davis, when he is such an incredible ability of screenwriting. He can do things with so deftly, so easily, with like a flick of the pen, and describe so much, so credibly. So again, I didn't know anything about Coronation Street. Starts off, they're filming, this is 75. They're filming Meg Mortimer's wedding scene, and there's tens of thousands of people outside the church, all cheering because they love her so much, right? And she's like, and so the producer is like, who is the main character, could you please just tell him to leave? He's like, it doesn't make any sense. He says, why not? He says, because your character owns a motel with 16 chalets. Why are all these people here? So I don't know. They must know that that Meg is such a wonderful person. They want to explain. Basically, she what she says goes, right? So she walks out and does the whole thing, just lapping it all up, right? And again, she's really rules the roost. Although the first scene is fantastic. You see young Nolly, right? She's being filmed by Yogi Berra. I don't know if this is true. Maybe I assume it is. She's the first woman on color TV, and he's doing a test with her. And then you do face on and says, "Hello, my name's not Noel Gordon. Everybody calls me Nolly," right? And then cuts to 75, and then cuts to 81, and then I love the early 80s, late 70s grayness of it, right? They really absolutely nail it. And there was, just turn the colors down for everything, and then you go back to 1979. It really was like that. Everything was grayer, everything was smaller, right? Everything, really everything was, like when you look back at the 60s in America and watch Mad Men, everything is very colorful. No, everything in Birmingham was gray, right? Everything was super gray. And she's going in, and you just see that she's the absolute queen of everything. Like they how strongly she rules the roost, right? It's very funny. And at the same time, you have a new character, well, I guess isn't real, but maybe this black woman is being put on as a kleptomaniac, I think. In Crossroads, and she was supposed to do it with a Birmingham accent, but Nolly's like, no, we prefer RP, right? And so in the read through, how she overrules the producer, and she has a chair that she sits on in the rehearsal room, and again, she is the absolute queen of everything, and she rules with an iron fist. So it's in that setting that everything comes crashing down when her agent goes to negotiate contract and really wants to have some more time off for Nolly, right? It's going to be very tough, and the agent's like, it's not going to be that. The producer's like, it's not going to be like that way. It's all good things must come to an end, right? Oh, Colin, please, email me about that Captain Scarlet tomorrow. Thank you. Yes. All good things must come to an end. And this was towards the end of the episode after setting up who she is. Also, you see you see how she's playful and how she's actually quite kind as well. Like sometimes they got to stretch out an episode. Oh, and they don't shy away from the awfulness of Crossroads. And Crossroads was absolutely awful. Who plays her best friend was in Crossroads is who is it? Augustus Pugh as Tony Adams, who was again was some kind of connected to her via Crossroads. And I love it when they cut from him in real life to him as Crossroads. He's like his face, it's like body language is different, and his like hair's different. It's hilarious, right? Absolutely hilarious. I love that. So he's like her best friend. He lives across the street from her in locations very, very clearly the same as from Doctor Who, right? It's just exactly the same locations, right? So they hang out together, they go out window shopping together, and you get a much more feeling of it. So at the first day filming this new character, the Black Kleptomaniac, which is whatever. They have to. It's not running long enough, right? So they do things like they have to get a phone call. And they have to like ad-lib what's on the phone, and she says, "Don't worry, Dolly will take care of it." And she picks up the phone, and the phone rings. It's again fantastic writing, fantastic directing. Right, the phone rings, and the world's shattering. Right, and that's one thing I love about this thing, which is very true about most of Rusty Davis things. It's so huge. Everything in this is so huge and so important and so trivial at the same time. At the same time, it's still Crossroads, right? Crossroads, which was awful. Well, they don't shy away from that. So the phone rings. She picks it up and says, "It's for you," handing over to the new actress. She's like, "Oh my God." And then later she says, "Yes, you saw how scared she was." Said, "Yes," but later I told the producer how great she was. Anyway, so she gets fired, right? She gets fired towards the end of the first episode. And it's her world breaks down, right? This is like as you would expect, right? So it ends up with that famous press conference where it said, "I have been cruelly and devastatingly fired." And I remember at the time, not that, but the Acorn Antiques, which was a fake soap on the Victoria Wood comedy show, which parodied Crossroads. Parodied that whole thing, and I had no idea what they're parodying, but I remember my mother thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I had no idea why, so now I know, right? So it ends on her saying, "I've been cruelly struck down," right? So the second episode is the oh no, I think the first episode, does the first episode end? No, I think the second episode ends. No, the first episode ends. First episode ends where she basically goes to the lower producer, right, who she's made his life hell, and she begs him not to be killed, right, which he doesn't want Meg to be killed, right? So that's what takes up most of the middle story, like what's going to happen, like what like is she really going to be killed off? And she starts a huge publicity campaign to save her, and everybody is so in her corner, right? Everybody loves her, and everybody knows that she's been shot. She has no idea why she's been fired, right? Everybody knows that she's been shat on basically because they could, right? Because they there was blood in the water. They were able to do it. So and she was shat on, right? So, but in the middle of that, when she's really at her lowest ebb, when she gets her script for the last episode, she goes to see Larry Grayson, played by Mark Gatiss, who basically cleans her off and reinvigorates her, right? To gives her the push she needs, right? To go off and do new things and be the insanely strong, brave person that she clearly was, right? The wonderful person who was clearly terrified, right? Again, I love the way Rusty Davis is able to take you inside a character, right? And do it so playfully, right? I think that's what it is. I just get a feeling Rusty Davis is a very playful person, right? So At the end, he says, it's Larry Grayson. He's saying, "Yeah, are you going to start over for this?" And she says, "You just watch me," right? So the third episode is about filming the final episode, which is just ridiculous beyond ridiculous. I love all the drama. Like they after filming something like a final thing. Before going on location for the final shoot, they take the whole set of Crossroads down. They're like, "Oh my god!" and they're using it to burn it down. They're having the motel burned down on bonfire night, right? And you don't know if she's alive or dead. Basically, she leaves on the QE2, which I think she ends up working with Larry Grayson on the QE2, right? So it must be some kind of I don't know. I looked on YouTube to find the clip of it actually happening. I couldn't find it, but whatever. I have no idea if it's real or not. It's really genuinely funny, right? It's really genuinely funny and heartwarming. Her friendship with who is it? Is it Tony Howe? Tony Adams is lovely throughout, and as she's finishing, people are just so appreciative to her, right? She was a bitch that ruled everything with an iron hand, but she was also there for everybody as well, and that really came out, right? That really absolutely came out. So then she starts forging a new life for herself. She makes she goes on theater. She has a very difficult role playing Rose. She doesn't know she can do it, and again, it's Tony Adams who inspires her. You can just stop whining. You can do it, and she does. She does it, and it's so exhilarating that she does. Right, but then it doesn't get the goal that she wanted. It doesn't get taken to London because it's a contractual thing. It's not about her, but she takes it. But then she goes and has lunch with the producer again. After finding out she was doing dinner theater somewhere, essentially for like very, very rich people in like Abu Dhabi, I think. So in somewhere, some very rich place like that, making a fair amount of money there. And while she was there, she found out through a conversation why she was fired. She had no idea. And essentially, it was the lower producer had just complained about her, and the new boss came in, and he listened to him. He didn't expect anybody to listen to him. They have this conversation, and then they listened to me, and they fired you. I didn't expect that to happen either. Right, so basically they're asking her to come back, right? Asking her to come back, which she kind of does. Right, again, I love the character, right? I love the here's a mistake of writing people with kid gloves. Like I can't show this person being negative because I love the vanity of Nolly as presented by Rusty Davis. It's just so lovely, right? It's so absolutely lovely. And so I found it very fun, and then it's very tragic as well as she ends up growing old, and she passes away in 85, and she's alone, and she explains why she doesn't have a husband, why what happened with her life, and it's there's a couple of great scenes, right? When they have final episodes playing, she goes on a bus ride, and there's one snotty guy who's in there. Soaps don't really matter, right? And she puts him in his place. And I think I think Rusty Davis. I love Rusty Davis when he's having a moan, where he's being moral, where he's having a stomp, right? I love him when he's doing that, right? Because he's very good at doing that. To be fair, he is. He's excellent at doing that, and I think he's. Listen, what I think women are perhaps the most privileged and protected people in the universe. Women in the Western civilization, as I say, are the most protected and privileged class in history of our planet. Don't be wrong. In the 70s, wasn't the case, right? And chauvinism is a thing. I agree with you there, but it was a fun moan that he had, and she was screwed over essentially because she was a woman, because women didn't matter, right? And that was that was a very strong theme of it. I didn't find it woke at all. I found it like a wonderful story with wonderful characters who I wanted to spend more time with. Tragically, I couldn't. I wanted to go watch Crossroads off. I wanted to see what this thing was they made, right? And it's so awful when they show it to you. There's a scene at the end of the first episode when she's being fired, and you see the actors arguing with each other on set as if it's a soap opera. And it's really wonderful, right? It's really absolutely wonderful. I very much enjoyed it. So look, for me, obviously, it's a recommend. Fine. Let's pull up. Let's see how long that Picard article is. Doing. Second. I remember it not being that long. If it's not that long, we'll totally go over it. Hang on. I think I found it. It's 1, 2, 3. We've got the 4. I don't know. It seems maybe I'll put that off till Thursday. Right? Maybe I'll put that off till Thursday. Let's go and look at Bounding in the comments instead. Because I'm tired. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm tired. Let's have a look, see what Doctor Who news there is. Because I saw the Mail had an article with about the location filming Doctor Who, and then we'll go and look at Bounding in the comics news. Let me share screen. Share screen. I am sharing screen. Screen is sharing. I mean, the real bummer about not doing Picard tonight is that was such a great thumbnail. Like, I have to look when I cut this thing out and use it use it for its own video. 1 second. Where is it? I mean, this is brilliant. I got to use this image with him saying exactly that. Hey, baby, it'll be different this time. I promise. It makes more sense to do it on Thursday or Saturday, Sunday, because it's coming out pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be good, man. I might be crazy. I am crazy, but yeah, it might actually be good. I am so going to watch Doctor Who. Am I have that ready to go. Doctor Who Strictly stars and HRH, the Earl of Wessex, attend Radio Times cover party. I mean, I understand that's a big thing. Lots about location filming. Because there was a lot of photo opportunities around, and they got some great snaps of Millie here. 1 second. Where is it? Oh, I haven't seen these. These are new. Wow. Oh, God, this is just so satanic and weird. Wow, they got some good pictures. And she looks continues to look stunning. Is that Millie's mum? Who knows? She looks good. What do you want? She just looks good. Right. I think I'll cover that. I'm going to do like a news wrap-up video on Friday. I think they'll probably be in that. Why is the first era so obsessed? Why is the new era so obsessed with the first Doctor? We're not. It's actually you people. I mean, man, they use this. They use these AI art things so much now. How long is this article? Okay, fine. Hang on. Doctor Who. Let's see what's going on in Screen Rant. Every classic story ranked. Doctor Tragedy of the Girl in Fireplace explained. Why do you need to explain that? Like, why do you need to explain that? It's so bizarre. It's so weird. I didn't do The Last of Us either. Sorting hell. You know what? Let's do that review right now, because that actually shouldn't take too long. In all fairness, 1 second. There you go. Fine, because this it was kind of like playing the game again. Look, last week's episode I thought was extraordinary, right? I thought it was extraordinarily good because it was just good, strong drama. I mean, it really was. That Nick Offerman was gay, and it was really not like that. Really wasn't an issue. Like he was just a character, right? It was just good, strong drama. So now we're back into just it. Look, it's interesting stuff, right? It's interesting stuff. I played the game, whenever it came out, and I liked it a lot. I like this representation of fungus, right? I like the Joel and the Ellie. I think the Ellie still remains so very badly miscast, right? I hate to say it. So in last week's episode, she picked up a gun after for some reason he said he can't have a gun. Why can't she have a gun in this world? Okay, but she said he can't have a gun, so she stole a gun from Nick Offerman's place, right? After finding it in a drawer. And she's basically playing it. See, the stuff with her being a kid is the best bit of this, right? It really is the bit, especially a kid that's in this post-apocalyptic world. That is the strongest bit, and she's not good at that because she's done all the she's been a bitchy kid. But have that sweetness in it, and she just doesn't really have it, I'm afraid. So he has to keep siphoning gas because gas is losing its potency. It's been 20 years. And she's found this book of silly proverbs or things like that. And he's like, and she keeps reading them. And he finds a Hank Williams tape and also a gay porn magazine, right? So looks like, Nick Offerman was clearly always gay, okay? And she throws it out. The post-apocalyptic stuff is just done extraordinarily well. Like the amount of time and work and trouble going into each one of these vistas, which there's just a lot of, right? There is a lot of them. It's nice seeing all the rusted tanks and just everything failed. Nothing worked. Fallen bridge over there. Again, this stuff is all done. And this stuff you don't even notice. The roads falling apart. The urban decay, right? So that night, so when they had enough of they go off into the wood to hide. Apparently, that's a good place to hide from zombies. And she's reading more of these limericks, and she's kind of softening up a little bit. Later he's just up guarding. But eventually they both go to sleep. Wakes up in the morning, and she's like, "What is that?" And it's the first time she's seen coffee. And she said, "That's what they sold in Starbucks. That shit. It smells. Oh God, disgusting." I kind of hear it. And so we have lots of them schmoozing, hanging out, learning about each other a bit. Like he came from how they're going to look for his brother. Came from going down to Boston. It's where they met Tess. And if they get to a blockage, you can see this truck is blocking the freeway, right? And you can see it's all free after that. So it's like, I don't know. So look, we're just going to go quickly into the town, into the city, and then get off the next exit ramp. Bad move, mate. Bad move, right? Things are not going well in this town, right? The guy's like, help me. He's like, holy shit. And he drives it fast, but he knows it's a trap. They throw a breeze block at him, and there's these nail things they drive him through, crashes the car. And the thing they do that's quite well with this stuff is the attack is very lo-fi, right? It's very single bolt rifle. He gets to go and hide in that window over there while he takes them on. He takes both of them out, right? And then the third guy comes up. He's strangling him. He's going to kill him. And he comes up with a gun and behind. Takes some time to do it and shoots him, but he's not killed. And he's like, "Oh, please, look, I'm sorry. We can be friends now. Here, it's okay." He's like, "Give me the gun." No, you go and wait in the other room. So this is a really great chilling scene, right? It's really a generally good chilling scene. She's like, okay. And he's like, "No, please, no." And you hear him kill him quickly, right? So they go in here and they go out the other way, and they're trying to find their way out. So they've walked into this local skirmish, right? This local war that's going on. This is apparently Fedra. The government forces have been taken over by local people, and she's cray, right? This guy's a doctor, and he's like, I delivered you, right? He's the only doctor they have, and she's trying to find these other people, right? And he worked out he knows where where one of them is, right? It's like, you tell me I'm gonna kill you, right? It's like he doesn't talk. So then he gets called out, and they find these dead bodies, these people, and he's like, oh my God, this must be some part of their local war they're going on, right? She's like, oh no, we gotta take up to the next level. And so she goes and she shoots the doctor, right? Their only doctor, bam, bullet to the head. And they said, they did this. Everybody go and find them. and they go on this big search, and there's hundreds of them, and it's like they're like the citizens have taken over. So I don't know what the name of the group was. They're hiding out. This is a great scene, though, right? This is a really great scene where he apologizes to her. He says, I'm sorry you had to, you hurt the guys. I've done that. The first time was always very hard. And he's like, I just wanted to say sorry. You shouldn't have to do that. And it's the first time anybody apologized. And she has this is a great scene. Really subtle bit of acting that she can't help but not cry, but it's really subtle cry, right? She's like, you just see it like sniffle, right? You don't even hear anything, right? She's never heard anybody apologize to her before. She's never heard anybody feel bad for her before, right? She never felt anybody emotionally connect with her before. And, that's really just tragic, right? And so then then they connect a bit. He gives her a gun and he shows her how to hold it. So do it with both hands. Nobody's going to be able to take it out. She's like, this is so cool, right? So then they go to hide while she's going out looking for these. They found somewhere somebody was staying, right? They go up, and there's this hidden place. This is going to tie into whatever this is later. There's lots of drawings of superhero brothers, okay? And then in another part of the building, there's this is like pulsating. So this must be some bad fungus outbreak thing. He's like, we got to deal with this. He's like, we're just going to quarantine the building, right? He's like, oh my God, we're all going to. So anyway, so that's going on. They go into this building up to like a 45th floor, which they figure is safe. He breaks glass so nobody can sneak up on them without crunching them. And again, they connect a little bit. She reads more of this like stupid limerick thingies. And he actually starts laughing, right? Because they're silly, right? And they fall asleep. Next thing you know, he's being woken up. So Joe, and someone's got a gun on them. And he wakes up, and it's that kid. This kid, you see, he's got that superhero mask painted on him. So these must be the people they're looking for. Again, we're in the like local war thing, and he's like, "Be quiet," right? So, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. It's just for me, this is a bit simplistic, right? It's a little bit simplistic. I like Westworld. Westworld is very, very complex, very deep. This is I like the world building they've done with this. I like the relationship they're building up. I think Bella Ramsey, that's her name, has been miscast. She was like celebrity casting. I don't think it really worked very well. It's a shame. They had another girl play his daughter in the first episode, the black girl, right? And she would have been so much better because she's sweet, and you need what's her name, the girl to be sweet, and this girl just isn't. And the bits where she's and that bit where she like cried, but she didn't. It was so good. That was so you got a hint of what this is, right? It was really, really so good. So I'm enjoying watching this show, right? I'm enjoying watching the show. I would wait until the whole thing is out and then get a subscription to HBO Max. It's worth your $15 for a month, right? That's what I would say. It's worth $15 for a month at the end of it. I wouldn't rush. I would still play the game first, quite frankly. And I think this is going to be like the first half of the game, right? I don't remember any of this from the game at all, right? I think this is new. Well, again, I've been a long time, right? It's been a long time. The world building is very, very good. Classic unit animating, John Coltrane at the Brigadier. That sounds awesome. Colin Archer, that sounds crazily awesome, right? Sorry, Rabbi, this isn't selling. It's not good. Yeah, I hear it. Soda Engine. It's not great. That third episode was really ingenious, clever, groundbreaking storytelling, especially in 2023, right? But other than that, it's been flat, right? It's been it's watchable. It's not as good as House of the Dragon, sadly. It's not bad. They spent a lot of money on it. It looks pretty. $15, I think it's fair for a season of this, right? $15 is what I would say. Fine. With that, I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again, and